further follow-ups. Let me move the thing 1 second further. Okay, like I started these things that we have discussed at the last class, and I have noted down the entire structure. We are just moving over to the next thing. So here we are just looking at various other representations. So in that I have mentioned, if it is minus, then it is treated as private, and if you are marking as plus, it is treated as public. Second. Okay, pa. So let me start the thing. So here, what the thing I have mentioned is the representation. So first is visibility, second is the variable name, colon, the next thing is the data type, equal to the value. For example, in real time, what you mentioned, float pi is equal to 3.14. Here, how I am mentioning, plus is public, pi is variable name, colon, real is a point value. Okay, so 3.14. Here I am mentioning as read only. Why I am mentioning read only? Anyone? Why I am mentioning read only? Yes, pa. Kindly come up with your answers. Kindly be interactive. Why I am mentioning read only? Yes. You are making the people to call the name Abhirami. Abhirami, kindly unmute yourself. Kindly come in microphone mode. Don't make me repeat. Yes, pa. Abhirami, kindly unmute yourself. Yes. What I am asking, pa. Why I have marked read only? Your suggestion? Kindly come up with your answer. Yes. Okay, pa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anusha Meena Migai. Anusha Meena Migai. Kindly unmute yourself. Anusha Meena Migai.
Sir.
Yes, pa. Why I have marked read only, pa? Your suggestion.
Read. It can
Yes.
able to only read.
Because pi is equal to 3.14 is a constant value. So you cannot be able to rechange it. So I am just marking as read only. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, pa. Thank you. Okay, so here you can mention the property strings. So whether it is a read only or whether you can able to make it as private, you can able to mention. Okay, here you can note down. I have mentioned some object accounts. For example, often we don't have a middle name. If we are having only 3 names, then obviously we have the middle names. So if you don't have a middle name, we are just marking as 0. If you're having a middle name, and just marking as 1. So this is the optional value. So you know that these are the representations of note. Okay. I have just mentioned the content, what we have mentioned. So here you can note down the derived attribute. So in this example, which is derived attribute, ba? Kindly come up with your suggestions. Which is derived attribute from these examples? Yes. Asweta. Can you admit yourself? Among these examples, which attribute is derived attribute? Your suggestion? Sweta?
Same.
Yes, pa. Come up with your answers. Not audible, pa. In this above example, which attribute is derived attribute? Look, at the start of the session, I just mentioned date is a predefined attribute. Real is a predefined attribute. Okay. Then obviously, money is the money, that is total, is the derived attribute. Okay, Appa? Are you getting the point? I'm not getting your reply, Pa. Okay, thank you. Okay, Pa, let me move further in detail about the attributes. Okay, let me zoom the screen. Okay. Here you can look at the things related with associations and not attributes. Okay, here you can look at, Pa. I have marked two things, which is better way of representation and the worst way of representation. Here you can note down. Cashier is the domain name. Name is an attribute. Current register is also an attribute. But look at, name is an attribute of a cashier. It obviously, but current register won't be an attribute of a cashier. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to filter this into a separate domain. Okay. Here you can look at. I have filtered as cashier name and register number as separate domain. And I have marked the meaning as uses. So cashier uses the register so to find out some numbers. Okay. So you can look at the thing. So this is the worst case. And this is somewhat better. Okay. Let me move in further and explain you about what are the available data types. Like I said, user-defined data types and predefined data types. Here you can note down. So in UML, so the following are the predefined data types. First one is Boolean. Second one is date or date time. First one is Boolean. Second one is date or date or time. And third one is number. Fourth one is character. Okay. And string. Everyone note down. String, time. So these things are predefined. Okay. If you are going to add some more things, you can able to add as address, color, geometric. Geometric is about the size of the shapes, like a point, rectangle. Phone number can also be an attribute. Social security number, for example, in India, we are just using with barcodes. And for representation of an ordinary people, we are using Aadhaar card. Like that. Social security number is the universal number for an individual people. Like that. Universal product code, like QR code. Okay, QR code. Zip code, postal code, enumerated types. So these are the available and the data types that you can able to use it for any kinds of variables. Have you noted down? Shall I move to the next one? Any people kindly unmute yourself and give me the reply.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So it will be showing you the predefined and the user defined things. Okay, let me move on to the next one. Okay, like we discussed at the previous, that is one more discussion. So here you can note down. So don't show the complex concepts as attribute. Use association. For example, if you are using a complex concept as an attribute, instead of that, you can use as a association. Here you can note down. So this is the worst case and this is the best case. Here you can note down flight, destination. Usually for flight, For flight, the to and the destination often changes. The to and often, the to and the destination often changes. For example, we can keep for flight, flight number, flight name, passengers count, or cargo weight. We can able to keep it. So these are the attributes. So I'm just splitting up into like this. So flight, airport. So inside that airport, we'll be using the destination. Okay. So here, destination is a complex concept. So you should not use like this. So you are just converting as flight and airport. Are you getting the point clear, Pa? Shall I move to the next one? Are you getting the point clear? The same thing is explained in this paragraph. Okay. Okay. Here you can note on the guidelines. Thank you. Here you can note on the guidelines the related conceptual class with the association, not with the attribute. Here you can note down, I have just started with the attribute in it, but I am just converting as domain alone. Okay. Okay. Next thing is data types. Okay. Like I said, the various data types here, I'm just marking these data types as primitive data type. You know the little meaning, the already available thing that we mark as a primitive data type. Like I said, number, boolean, character, string, and enumeration. These things are primitive. Okay, for example, let me have this. So it is not meaningful to distinguish between. So let me see some example. So integer 5, string cat, date, you are just marking with the same notation. 1 second, Pa. I'm just getting a call. 1 second. Okay, Pa, am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. Okay, Pa, let me discuss some more guidelines. So, when to use a new data type classes. For example, if you are having a new class or if you are creating a new class and you are creating some objects for it. So you can use the same class and objects into some other class. So most often when you use an object of some other class inside another class, pa? Yes, you have already studied in OOPS. When you will use the object of another class inside some other class. Yes. Kindly think it and give me some answers. Come up with your answers. You're making me to ask some names. Sibi, kindly unmute yourself. Sibi, kindly unmute yourself. One second. Yes, Pa, before the call, I have just asked you the question. Am I audible initially? Am I audible? I asked Sibi to unmute yourself. I don't know why she's not unmuting. Okay. Are you getting the point clear, Pa, Sibi? What the question I have asked? If you are using one class object into another class object, then what the concept is? Yes. You have learned inheritance, isn't it? What is inheritance? What is inheritance? Sibi, what is inheritance? I'm not getting your voice, Pa, Sibi. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sibi. Dharani.
Derives from base class.
Deriving from the base class. So you need the object of a base class, isn't it? So that's the concept I am asking. Okay, but thank you. Okay, or everyone got the point? What I am mentioning? Yes, but come up with the answers. But don't make me repeat or ask some other names. If you know the concept, you can unmute yourself and give me the reply at any time. Okay, you can note down, Pa. So, so when to define the new data type classes? So here there are some guidelines. So it is composition of separate section. For example, here I can note down. So it's a representation of a number or it's a representation of a string initially. We can able to go to a new data type. For example, if it is a phone number or a name of a person. So why I have marked as composition of separate section? Composition of separate section. I give you the example. Name of a person. So first name, middle name, last name. So it's called as composition of separate session. Similarly, phone number. How will you divide into session? In phone number. Yes. How will you divide the phone number into sessions? Sitting ideal or keeping mum. It don't be an interactive way. Kindly unmute yourself. 424 442. What do you mean by Saranan? 4-4-2. Yes, I think so. You are mentioning the landline number. So initial first 4-digit number for the districts. For example, for Tini 04546, and next to it is the telephone number. Similarly, if you are using any mobile services, you can get the first 4 numbers initially if it is an Airtel or BSNL, so that there will be some composition. So this is the first point. If you are having multiple composition, you can go toward new data type classes. And next, there are operations associated with such as phases or validation. For example, if there is an Aadhaar card or any social security number, you are just going to do any validation. You can create into a new data type. Next thing, if you are having any attributes that is having a start date or end date, you can go ahead with the new data type. For example, if you're working with the quantities, with the units, for example, like gram, kg, okay, you can go ahead with the weight. What I'm saying is understandable, Snipa. Rupees, coins, instead of that, you can go to the money. Weight, instead of that, for example, if you're using with the gram, kilogram, you can mark it as a weight. Similar way. For example, if you are using with the one or more type of similar qualities, can able to use with some abstract data types. Okay, let me move to the next one. Okay, here you can note on some more guidelines considering the BYS example. Okay, like I said, you can note on the abbreviations part. In India, we are just representing a product with the two identities. One is barcode, second thing is the QR code. Okay. In foreign, they are using with the universal product code like UPC and European article number. European article number is given for books. Okay, so European article number. So these are some representations of finding a product. So here you can note down some more representation which is available in the world. So UPC, that is Universal Product Code -A -E. So these are some more classes. And similarly, if you are using with any other countries, they'll be using some checksum digits. And like I said, if you are working with the price and amount, you can mark as a money. Yeah, I think so. I just clarified some things. Let me move on to this diagram. If you find some time, you can draw this diagram or take some snaps. Okay, I think so. You have drawn this diagram, taken some snaps. So let me move to the next one. Okay, here you can note down. So where to illustrate these data type classes? Okay, here you can note down. First thing is product description, item ID. Okay, similarly, second one, store and address. So like I said, if you are having any multiple things, for example, store means often you will be giving with the name of the store, address often with the street, city. So these things are one-to-one. Similarly, product description. If you are taken any soap, the soap ID is common, manufacturer code is common, and country code is common for a single item, not for all items. And similarly, so product description, if it is product description, I'm just grouping these two things. Here you can look at the difference of the diagrams bar. Here I am just grouping these two things as here. So product description, item ID. Here you can look at this is variable name and this is data type. So obviously it's a class. Sorry, obviously it's a domain, but I am marking as an attribute here, and I am just giving the variable name. Similarly, for store, I'm just adding this address as an attribute and small address as a variable name. Are you getting the point clear? Are you getting the point clear? Can you unmute yourself and give me the reply? Saravanan?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, pa. Okay, pa. So here the same thing that I have mentioned as an explanation. Okay, next guideline, no attributes representing the foreign key. For example, you know about types of keys in DBMS. What are the types of keys? What are the types of keys? Come up with your answers. Come up with your answers. Deepika.
Primary key.
Yes, pa. Dharani. Dharani, come up with your answers. Yes.
Foreign key.
Foreign key. Yes, it is available in the screen. Foreign key, primary key, candidate key. Any other? Any other?
Super
Okay.
key.
What pa?
Super key, sir.
Super keys. Okay. Okay. Okay, you know about these things. So what I am mentioning is, if you are using with the foreign keys, you should not give as a attribute. Okay. Let me discuss in detail with this diagram. Okay, here you can look at the diagram. So I'm just marking this thing as worst thing, and this is the best thing. So here you can note down cashier is a domain, name, current register. Already we have learned this thing. So current register number is a foreign key. It is already available under register number. So you should not use like this. So you should split up and use like cashier name and register number. So cashier works on the register. So this is the example that you should not use a foreign key as attribute. Next guideline is modeling the quantities and unit. Like I said, if you are working with some group of units, for example, kgs or gram, you can able to mention as quantity. Or if you are working with a number like rupees, coins, you can currencies, you can work with the money. Okay, let me zoom the screen so that you can take some snaps and get the point clear. Okay, here you can note down payment. Payment is a domain. Amount colon number. Amount colon number. So you cannot able to use like this. So that I just marked as not useful. Okay. So how I can able to change this? So for example, payment. Payment often deals with the quantity of the products that you have purchased. I'm just splitting as payment and I am just splitting as quantity. Inside the quantity, I'm just utilizing a variable called amount colon number. But obviously, what it is happening is you need some units. So I'm just again splitting it. So payment. Okay, 1 second, Pa. I'm just giving you the time. Can you note on this diagram so that I can able to explain very clear? Take some snaps. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, Pa. Have you noted on this diagram? Shall I explain it very clear? Okay, Pa.
Yes, sir.
So payment amount. So payment amount. Here, what I have mentioned is payment amount. Its class is quantity. Okay. Next, payment amount colon money. So I can able to mention based upon the quantity, or I can able to mention based upon the total. So these three things are better. So this thing is also better, or if you're changing like this is also better, or if you're changing like this also a better way. Okay. Okay, let me take the example of next generation PYS. For example, for cash payment, what are the attributes you have to include. On the previous diagram, we just put on a box. Inside the attribute, we are just kept as empty. We are just going to include the things. Okay, pa. Here you can note down. Once again, so this is the diagram that we have discussed at yesterday. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are just going to include the attributes. You should do in a step by step. So initially the single box, next this two box, empty box, and after that you have to include this attribute. Okay. So like I said, here you can note down for store. What are the attributes? Address is an attribute, name is an attribute. These two things that you are printing in the receipt. Similarly, for sales line item, quantity is an attribute. For sales, date, time, and total is an attribute. For example, register ID is an attribute. And similarly, for product description, product ID is an attribute, description is an attribute, and price is an attribute. And for example, if he is a cashier, ID is an attribute. So these things that you have to be listing it before, and you have to draw this diagram, and you are just going to include it. Are you getting the point clear, pa? Are you getting the point clear? Anyone? Unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here you can note down this diagram. I have marked as partial. You know the meaning of partial. Here you can look at. I have not marked anything for this ledger and product catalog. It is just kept as empty. So I'm just marking as a partial domain model. Okay. Let me move to the next slide. Okay, pa. So next concept is domain model refinement. But before moving into this particular concept, let me move on to the syllabus first, so that you get the point clear on what topic we are just moving on. So everyone can look at the syllabus. So we just started at elaboration, and we have learned about domain model. And next thing, we just started finding the conceptual class. We have learned a description class, and after that we have learned about association, and now just we have completed about attributes. And before entering into domain model refinement, like I said, you have to learn about class diagram. You have to learn about class diagram, and after that we can able to move down with how to refine the domain models. Okay, let me start with the thing. So you know about class diagram earlier. What's a class diagram? What's a class diagram, pa? Notations used in class diagram. Anyone? Notations used in class diagram. You can post me in chat. You can also post me in chat, or you can unmute yourself and give me the reply. If the time is running out, I just call the names. You can look at around 32 minutes was gone. Yes, pa. Pandishwari. Yes, what are the notations you use for class diagram? What are the notations that you use for a class diagram? You have done 3 labs. You don't know even a single objects. Actor is used in use case. Actor use cases, they are used in use case diagram. For class diagram, you need a class, isn't it? How a class will look like, pa? How a class will look like? Yes, how a class will look like? Association, cardinality, attribute. These things that you will be using with the associations, pa, Dharani. What I'm asking is, in a class diagram, what are the notations that you use? You use a class, you use an association. Yes, obviously, Dharani is right. You use association, you use attribute, you use the meaning of the name. You have missed only one thing, that's called as class. A single box that is divided into 2: class name, attribute, and method. Okay, let me start the explanation. Everyone listen. Okay, so class diagram. So UML diagram You know about class diagram. So class you can able to use for classes in inheritance, mostly used with interfaces, and you connect the two classes using association. Okay, so these things that you tends to be static object model. So you know about the syllabus. You are learning about the static UML diagrams, your domain model and class diagram. These two things are static diagrams. Like I said, this is a static object modeling. So this class is without model. Okay, what it means is in domain model, you'll be having only domain name and attribute. But when you're coming into class, you have to add the methods. Okay, let me take this example. Let me take the dice game example. Is the diagram visible? Is the diagram visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So here you can note down two domains, dice game and dice. So for dice, often you'll be using an attribute called as face value, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be represented as face value. So for dice game, for single dice game, I includes 2 dice. So this is the diagram. What we need to do is we have to convert this into a class diagram. Okay. Here you can note down the class diagram, some other name. So class diagram is often named as design diagram or design class diagram, design model, class diagram, class design diagram, class diagram. Okay, there are some more names. So in often this question is asked in 2 marks per. Explain about DCD. Design class diagram is simple. You're just going to explain about the class diagram. Okay, and let me move to the next slide. Okay, here you can note on the differences what I have made. So dice game is initially a domain name. Now it is converted into a class name. Okay, and dice is the attribute in domain. Now it is the attribute in the class. Again, face value colon integer. This is the attribute inside a class. But what we have to include? We have to include some actions. We have to include some actions. For example, dice game. In dice game, what you do is start play. For example, in dice, you roll the dice. Okay, you roll the dice and get the face value. So both the actions you are doing, and that is get recorded in dice. Sorry, that is a spelling mistake. It is DICE. DICE. Die is different. Die is different. You should use DICE. If you are writing in hand, kindly convert this and write it in a similar way. And here you can note down, I just marked as arrow. In previous diagram, it don't have any arrows. Like I said, it should be included in the form of a unidirectional. And you have to mark the cardinality, like Dharni said. The next thing. So this is the exact representation. This exact representation of how a class will look like. So class name, attribute, operations. Okay. So like I said, these are the main elements. For example, it should contain an attribute, it should contain an operation, and there should be some relationship between the classes. So this arrow mark is called the relationship. So this diagram is a complete class diagram. Okay, let me discuss in detail. Like I said, the attribute, you know about attribute, we have discussed the previous classes. The simple thing, you are just going to convey it here. So this is the syntax. For example, visibility plus minus hash. So plus for public, minus for private, and name is going to be the variable name, and colon is for difference, and type is the data type, and multiplicity you can mention either 0, 1 or star. Either 0, 1 or star equal to default value. For example, if you are converting with pi, so minus pi colon real equal to 3.14, read only. Okay, so here you can look at some example. So sales date time slash total colon money. So this is an attribute. Like I said, this is a derived attribute. And the same thing that we discussed at the last class. Now we have a few minutes before we have discussed the same thing. So here you can note on the different formats. So plus is a public attribute for string, minus is a private attribute, assumed attribute, for example, like I said, is a derived attribute. For example, if you are dealing with any string value, either 0 or 1, or if you are working with any numbers, it should not be changed. You can able to use the read only. Okay, so these are some guidelines. So let me explain you in detail with the PYS. Let me zoom the screen. Okay, pa. So here you can look at the content. So register sales. So register is a class and sales is a class. So ID colon integer is a attribute, and time colon date time is a attribute. And one more, you can use some other relationship a single class as store. So register, store, and register with the sales. Okay, for store, you know about the attributes. So address, phone number. For sales, you have to include the time and date. For register, you should have to include the ID. For example, so consider like this. For register, if you are including three attributes, one is ID, second thing is current sale, and third thing is location. So you have to correlate with the sales, you have to correlate with the store for converting it with a derived attributes. For example, already we have discussed. So ID colon integer is a right way. So there is no issue. For example, if you are going to include the sale, so you have to include as current sale colon sale. And for example, if you're going to include location, so location colon store. Okay, Appa, are you getting the point clear? Can you come up with your answers? Are you getting the point clear? Shall I move to the next one? Yes.
Yes, sir.
You are now unmuted.
Okay, Appa. Okay, what the exact difference that you're going to do? What the exact difference that you're going to do? You are just going to include the method. You are just going to include the method with the domain model. Okay, so you should have some syntax for defining a method. Okay, like I said, operations and methods are the two different names that you give it for a method. Once again, let me zoom out the screen so that you get the point clear. Okay, Pa, kindly take some snap, or you kindly note it down the syntax for defining a operations. Similarly with your data type. For your operation or a method, you have to initially mention the visibility, and after that you have to mention the method name. So this name is a method name, and next thing is list of parameters that you use it for a method, colon, return type, and property strings. For example, if you are asking you to do the same process for a method, everyone note on the method bar. Integer, everyone note on the method integer, add bracket integer a comma integer b. Okay, pa. Now convert it into the syntax and give me your reply. And that method is a public. That method is public. I am again repeating: public integer, add bracket integer a comma integer b. Convert it. Kindly unmute yourself or post me in chat. I'm just waiting for your reply, pa. You should get clear so that the next thing you have some continuity. I'm again repeating the function. Or you can look at the chat. Okay, pa. Everyone look at the chat. I have given a method. Kindly convert that method into this particular syntax and kindly post me in chat. Kindly be fast. Post me in chat. I have not received not even a single chat messages. I found 35 people, more than 35. Tarani is public integer a comma integer b colon integer add. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I am again repeating you. Note down. Visibility is plus minus star symbol. If you are dealing with a public, you have to mark it as plus. Name is the method name, and parameter list is the list of parameters. Colon. What is the return type of the method? And I have not mentioned any read only, so you should not mention the properties. Now give me the reply faster. You cannot able to search it in Google. Kindly work it down. We're just running out of time. Kindly be fast. I'm just getting a reply from one people. All other 34, what are you doing? Kindly post me in chat immediately. I have given you the syntax. I have given you the method. What makes you delay? You can look at the chat. You can look at the chat. what I have mentioned. Plus is visibility. Add is a method name. Okay. Integer A, integer B is the parameter list. Colon, return type is integer. So this is a simple thing that I have mentioned with the content. Okay. Now I am giving you another example. Everyone look at the example and kindly post me in chat. Okay. Private float division div bracket integer a comma integer b. Again repeating you, private float divide div bracket integer a comma integer b. Can you be faster? Post me in chat. If I ask you to turn on your cams, you are not doing. If I ask you any questions, you are not answering. Then why you are listening to the classes? I found only few people, Zarni and Darshana Priya. And what other people are doing? Simply you are just wasting your parents' money if you are not listening and keeping the classes like this. Yes, pa. All three are correct, pa. Darshana Priya, Tarani, Maheshwari, Niranjana Priya, divide has to be small. Like I said, the method name has to be small. Okay. Okay, pa. Thank you. Madhumita, you have mentioned as integer a without space. You should come up with the integer space a, comma integer space b. Okay, pa. Thank you for all people who have given me the reply. Let me move on to the next one. Okay, here you can look at the representation. Here you can look at some representation which is similar with your UML representation and Java code. Like I said, public player, get player, string name, throws IO exception. So this is the entire method. This is the entire method. If you're going to convert it into a UML representation for public, you have to give us pub plus. And next thing, get player is a method name, string name. Here you can note down the entire thing. But like I said, all have mentioned right, but you can also convert the parameter list. You can also convert the parameter list. What I'm mentioning is, you can mention like this also. Obviously, you have to mention like this. Everyone look at the chat. I'm just typing in chat. If everyone look at the chat, what I have marked. So this a colon integer. Obviously, what I said, every data type variables has to be initiated like this. So this is a simple difference. So minus divide a colon integer comma b colon integer, the overall colon float. Okay. You can take some snaps, pa. You can take some snaps so that you get the point clear. Sorry. Okay. Like I said, a plus for your public, minus for your private. Here, let me zoom out the screen so that you can note down the representation. 1 second. Is the representation visible, pa? Plus is for public, minus for private. Wave symbol is for protected. Okay. Okay. To show the methods in class diagram, how will you represent? For example, so this is the thing which is given, pa. Now you are going to work it on and give me the reply in chat. All has to reply me. Look at this diagram. Look at this table. Convert this into the method name. This line around public void enter item id comma quantity. ID is string, quantity is number. ID is string, quantity is number. Now work it on and post me in chat. I'm just underlining the content, pa. You have to convert this into a method. Kindly convert this into the UML representation. Let me show you the structure. You can have the structure that I'm showing you on the screen. Kindly convert it. 1 second. Let me show you the method. You have to convert this into the UML representation. Kindly be faster. Kindly post me in chat, pa. Kindly post me in chat faster. Kindly be fast so that we can able to move to the next content. Okay, let me ask a few people in microphone. Let me conclude it. Dharani Priya. Sorry, Darshana Priya. Sorry, pa. Darshana Priya.
Sir.
Yes, pa. You can give your answer, pa.
Yes, sir.
I have underlined a method. Yes. Plus is for public. Enter item. Enter item is the method name. This is somewhat wrong. What I have marked ID colon string. ID colon string. Quantity colon number. And outer thing is colon void. Okay, pa. Are you getting the point clear? You should give like this. can look at the chat pa. So plus enter item id colon string comma quantity colon number colon void. Okay. Okay, let me move to the next segment. Okay, so next thing is relationship between classes. Like I said, the association, the arrow mark, the line with an arrow mark is called association. The line with the triangle is called as generalization, and the line with the diamond symbol, composition. The line with the filled diamond, aggregation. The dotted line with the arrow is called as dependency. Interface, similar with the generalization. Let me discuss all these 5 in detail. Now everyone look at the symbols. Now everyone look at the symbols. I'm just zooming out so that all people can look at the symbols very clear. Okay, pa. So kindly consider this as a class. So fruit, a class name. So fruit, a class. Purchase order is a class. Okay. Subclass. Okay, one second, pa. Let me zoom out the screen so that I can able to show all it one screen. Here you can look at, I am having how many classes. Look at the diagram and give me a number in chat. How many class? How many class? Give me the number in chat. I'm just showing you the fill up box in your screen. Can you give some numbers? How many class? How many class? I will be counting this for your attendance also. More than 30 to 35 people are there. I need all people's reply. I have received the responses from Deepa, Madhumita, Tarani, Harikrishan, Pandishwari, and Pradiksha. Remaining other people who have not answered me. Kindly be faster. Like I said, these people will get your attendance. Deepa, Dashnapriya, Madhumita, Tarni, Harikrishan, Mageshwari, Pandishwari, Aswatha, Pradiksha, and Vishnubala. They have replied me. All other people can reply me faster. Only 15 responses. Faster, Ban. Faster. How many classes? The simple question. How many classes? Abhita, Anusha Meena, Mikhail, Deepika, Gopal Krishnan, Janani Priya, Mohan Prasad, Nirana Devi, Shahul Kani, Soni, Uma Maheshwari, Veeranandana. So these 12 people are going to be absent. It should be interactive, isn't it? Should be interactive. I'm just making all platforms to make you interactive. It should be interactive. Okay, I'm just marking the responses, whatever I have got. Abhita, Deepika, Gopal Krishnan, Janani Priya, Mohan Prasad, Shahul Kani. So these are going to be getting absent today. Okay, I'm just publishing the polls. Okay, look at. Obviously, which is the right answer, pa? 5 is going to be the right answer. Not 2, not 6, not 4, not 3. 5 is going to be the right answer. Okay, let me explain you in detail. Okay, here you can look at what I have mentioned. These 3 classification, 1, 2, and 3. If it is a box, that's called as class. Okay, this is not a domain, but this is an interface. So this is an interface. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all these 5 are considered as a class. Okay, but now note down the representations. Now note down the representations. So first let me start with this line. Let me zoom out the screen. Simple line with an arrow. Simple line with an arrow mark. It's called association. Simple line with an arrow mark. It's called association. Okay, next. Dotted line, that is dashed line. Dashed line with an arrow mark. That's called dependency. You have note on the 2 representation. Next thing. So a line with a triangle. A line with a triangle. That's called generalization. It's called generalization. Yeah. And similarly, a triangle with dashed line. Often you use for interfacing. Often you use for interfacing. So this is generalization and this is interfacing. I have given you 4 definitions. Okay, let me zoom out the screen so that all will get the points clear. So these are the various representations. Okay, let me continue the next thing. So here you are just looking out the associations between 2 classes. Let me consider class A and class B. Let me consider class A and class B. Okay, so these are all the things that you mark in a line. Either the line will have this side arrow or the line will have this side arrow. Okay, next thing, role A, role A, role B. What's the role of this people? What the role of this people? And next thing, multiplicity of A, 1 star. Okay, next multiplicity of B. The next thing is label. Label is the name which is given for the association. Okay, here you can look at this diagram. Register is class A, sales is class B. Okay, 1 is a multiplicity of A, 1 is the multiplicity of sales, and label is record sale. Label is record sale. Okay, let me move on to the next slide. Okay. Okay, let me conclude till this. You know about these things. You know about these things already. We have learned about cardinality, star, 1 to star, 1 to 40, 5, exactly 3, exactly 5, exactly 3, 5, and 8. The time is 3:30, so it's time to wind up. Okay, I need 1 people to summarize all the content. I need 1 people. Take a minute. Take a minute. I'm just noting down the attendance. I'm just got a very low responses. I'm just marking these people as present today, and all other people who have left before my instruction will be marked as absent. Okay, I need 1 people. Hari Krishnan. Hari Krishnan, kindly unmute yourself. Hari Krishnan. Yes, Hari Krishnan, unmute yourself. List the things that we have discussed today. Hari Krishnan, kindly list the content that we have discussed today. Just simply the heading. That's it.
Sir.
Yes. Kindly start giving your explanations. You are making the time running out. Any other people? Any other people? Any other people? Madhumita? Madhumita? Madhumita, kindly unmute yourself and kindly discuss the things that we have discussed today.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. How I can able to wind up? Kindly give me some headings that we have discussed today. Any other people? Any other people? You have attended entire 72 minutes of session, but no one is coming out with the abstract. Niranjana Devi. Yes, for Madhumita, if you are about to explain, you can start giving your explanation. Madhumita. Niranjana Devi. I can already able to mention all 58 names. Take another 1 hour time. One people. Niranjana Devi, are you available? You can unmute yourself and give me the reply. I have called 3 names. Yes, pa. Hari Krishnan, yes, pa.
Sir, we have discussed about derived attributes.
Yes.
Means user-defined attributes.
Okay.
Predefined attributes. Then we discuss about data types.
Yes.
Then we discuss about guidelines when we use data type classes.
Yes.
Then we discuss about class diagram.
Okay. What are the content? What are the content we have discussed inside class diagram?
How to represent methods operation.
Yes. How to represent a methods. What you should not use while mentioning a methods. Okay, pa. Okay. Thank you, Hari Krishnan. Okay, pa. Thank you all people who attended today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.